So you have the nice plum sauce, the homemade plum sauce. So we're just gonna drizzle some of that sauce over the duck there like this. This is the Chinese cooking channel called Chinese Cooking Channel. Today we have a special treat for you. This is a simple and easy recipe for Asian roast duck. So I have this young duck here. It's about 4 pounds. So first we're just going to get some ginger here and cut a couple pieces off. We got a couple stalks of green onions here, and we got some star anise. So we have 3 star anise. So we're just going to put this in the center of the duck. So we're just going to stick a couple pieces of ginger into the cavity. So I just pounded it a bit. And then we have 2 stalks of green onions. So just stuff that in. So the duck, I cleaned it the night before, and then I ran some boiling water over the surface. I hung it out for about half an hour. Then I put it on this plate. I put it in the fridge for 12 hours. You can put it in the fridge for anywhere from 12 to 24 hours is ideal. So just let the skin dry. So when you put the boiling water over the skin here, it tightens the skin. So it's going to help the duck to cook. I'm going to do a rub for the duck. Teaspoon of Chinese 5 spice here. You can use anywhere from 1 to 4 teaspoons of Chinese 5 spice, depending how spicy you want it. So I got some Himalayan pink salt here. I put about 1.5 tablespoons. So this is a natural salt. So we'll use this for the rub as well. So this is not entirely Asian, but I'll put a teaspoon of thyme in there. And I also put about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. I'm going to put some cooking oil to rub on the duck. I'm using peanut oil here. So just put in about maybe 3 tablespoons into the seasoning. So you just rub this all over the duck. The oil will help bind the rub on the duck. So you can also do the underside as well, the back side. So put a little rub in there as well. I've got this rack on a tray here. I'm going to sit the duck on the rack. Okay, we got the duck at 325 degrees. I'm going to pop the duck in the oven. Just like that. We're just going to close the door and let the duck cook for 2.5 to 3.5 hours at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you want to make a more complex plum sauce, we're going to do it this way now. I'm just going to put about a teaspoon of peanut oil. Just get that heated in a little pot here. Just going to preheat it at medium heat. So I'm going to put about a teaspoon of chopped ginger and garlic in here. Got a bit of a sear on the ginger and the garlic. So I'm going to put about 1/4 cup of water in there. So my spatula is 1/4 cup. I'm going to make your homemade plum sauce using apricot jam. For this recipe I'll put 3 tablespoons of apricot jam. And I'm going to match it with 3 tablespoons of vinegar. I'm going to use this black Chinese vinegar. So I put some of that black vinegar in. So I'm just going to add 1 more tablespoon of black vinegar. Or if you don't have black vinegar, just put in 3 tablespoons of regular white vinegar. So just let that simmer. In fact, you can turn it down to low if you're going to just simmer it for a while. Just add about 1/2 teaspoon of light soy sauce. You can add some sesame oil, say 1/2 teaspoon, just for fragrance and taste. A pretty nice sweet and sour sauce. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt in there. So that'll give it a little salty, sweet and sour taste. So what I do is just grind maybe half a teaspoon of salt. I'm using the Himalayan pink salt, so that's going to be a nice complex salt flavor. You can also add a pinch of cinnamon in there, so maybe like a quarter teaspoon in there. I got some Worcestershire sauce, it's also known as Leon Perrin sauce, so I'll put about half a teaspoon in there. So that'll really give it a distinctive, nice, rich taste. I'm just going to reduce it down on low heat. So the sauce is all ready now, so I'm just going to turn the broiler on. It's been about 2.5 hours for the duck, so another 15 minutes under the broiler. That'll give a nice crispy skin for the duck. It's been about another 15 minutes just to broil the duck. So have a look at it. Oh, it's looking really, really nice. Ooh, really nice. The skin is crispy. I just touched the skin. So the duck is very hot, so be very careful. Ooh, missed it. Now I'm going to take some of the juices from the middle of the cavity of the duck. I'm going to put it into the sauce there. Ooh, look at this sauce. So take the sauce from the... So take some juices from the middle of the cavity of the duck. I got about 2 tablespoons. I'm going to mix it into the plum sauce here. So it's going to be really, really tasty. So you probably need more sauce than this. I just made it as a recipe, but you probably need 2 or 3 times more sauce. So you have the nice plum sauce, the homemade plum sauce. So we're just gonna drizzle some of that sauce over the duck there like this. So some people don't like the duck sauce, so you don't have to put it. Drizzle some in the front there and some in the back there. There you have it. Crispy roast duck with homemade plum sauce. Enjoy.